So these are basically the four cardinal energies of our minds and hearts. That there's who we truly are. There's the wounds that are being held in our bodies. There's who we need to pretend to be, basically. Kind of a false self that we enact. And we go through life trying to hold it together, trying to keep ourselves from dropping the bowling ball in the gutter, basically. And then when that fails us and wounds come to the surface, then we're quick to choose a numbing strategy or a distraction strategy, basically. Okay, so these are the four cardinal energies of the mind, and this isn't something I made up. This comes from something called internal family systems that is rather new. It's been developed in the last 20 to 30 years. Evidence-based modality of Western psychotherapy that is very much in line with Buddhism, especially Mahayana Buddhism or compassion-based Buddhism, as well as some of the more ancient medicine traditions, particularly the soul retrieval traditions of the Andes Mountains in South America, and also the shamanic traditions of West Africa. They have this acknowledgement that we are made of parts and that we hold, it's not, in the West we talk about the inner child. It's not an inner child. We have inner children, multiple, that are holding our wounds and that we repress and that we have a relationship with, right? And it's usually not such a good one. We lock these inner children away and we shame them and we hate them so much of the time. Or, I have a relationship to like my anger or my drive to use substances to deal with things, right? I hate those parts of myself. I want to cut them off. I want to disavow them in some way. My inner critic comes in and is making me nervous right before I have to give a talk, and I'm quick to say, fuck you, go away. That's a type of relationship. I just made an enemy of something that is none other than myself. It is a part of me, but it is me at the same time. Okay? We are an ecosystem unto ourselves. Just like an ecosystem in nature has many different parts, many different aspects, many different players, right? And everything about an ecosystem is designed to support the entire system. Even the aspects of it that look really awful at face value, such as predatory animals. They're actually unconsciously, unknowingly regulating the population of the species that they prey upon, because if that species became overpopulated, whatever that species subsists on would then begin to disappear too quickly. And then eventually this species would die because no more food over here. And then this species that's preying on this species doesn't have any more food either. The whole situation is upended without predatory animals extant in ecosystems. So it is with us. Everything is actually trying to serve us. Our wounded parts, our inner children, are holding our wounds for us so that they don't have to be here at the surface all the time. Yet how abusive are we? How much do we abandon our abandonment, our abandoned parts? And the managerial parts of us, and you can feel when somebody's in a manager part of themselves. They're faking it. They're performative. They're trying too hard. Or they're checked out. They're flat. Just deadpan walking through life. If you walk down the street or the next time you're on public transportation, look around you at everybody who's not on their phones. People walk down the street like this. Flat and lost in thoughts that are administrative in nature, keeping track of things, strategizing, planning, and so on. Managers. But those parts of us, they're not bad. They're trying to hold us together. They're the glue of our lives. We do well to not diss them. I was kind of dissing them just now. Not so great. We should be appreciative of these parts of us. The same goes for our extreme defenses, what are sometimes called our outer children, actually. Our rage, our numbness, our compulsions, etc. Those are parts of us that are trying to keep us safe. That's what defense mechanism means. It's a part of you that's trying to keep you safe in some way. And how on earth do we demonize something that's trying to keep us safe? And so this has been going on because in this course with all of you, because this goes on with all of humankind that doesn't understand that there is nothing wrong with any of us, that everything about us is trying to serve some purpose in service of the whole of our lives. And that the way forward, right, the way forward isn't what we habitually succumb to and resort to, which is hating our experience, wanting it to be some other way, wishing we could cut off parts of ourselves because then we would be happy and okay. Isn't that the story we tell ourselves? But that's impossible. There's no such thing as psychic surgery. And by the way, hating a part of yourself and wanting to cut it off so that you can be happy, that follows the logic of this. This is my right hand, and this hand gets me into a lot of trouble. Like if I'm going to hurt somebody, I'm going to punch them with my right hand. If I'm going to smoke something, it's going to be with my right hand. If I'm going to have too many drinks, it's going to be with my right hand. If I'm going to reach for my phone for the millionth time today, neurotically, it's going to be with my right hand. Fucking my right hand is causing me so much trouble. Let me cut this off. Who on earth would actually do that to save themselves the trouble that their right hand causes them? Yet we want to do that to our loneliness. We want to do that to our anger. We want to do that to our hurt. We want to do that to our sense of unworthiness. And what those children inside of us need is our love. We can no longer objectify, disconnect, and enact aggression on ourselves in this way if we aim to heal and to be happy. There's no shaming ourselves into excellence. As my first teacher said, there's no hating ourselves into enlightenment. That just makes no sense. So right now is your wake-up call. Right now is your turning point. Right now is an opportunity to say, I'm not going to do this anymore. Now that I see things this way, I can't bear to hate parts of myself anymore, to meet them with anything less than the kindness and understanding that I want to be met with by other people. It's time to start giving our inner worlds the benefit of the doubt, because there is nothing in us that is working against us. It has just become really confused. And even that it's become so confused, if we truly were to perceive that in a genuine way, it would melt our hearts and we would be changed forever by it.